had a little situation this week that made me think of this lesson, because dental billing and collections is so important to your practice and your brand and your success, and we're taught nothing about it. And we really don't even know what options we have besides what we're exposed to early on in our career. And basically, there are three methods right now for collecting. When you bill a procedure, when it goes out to insurance, you can have an office that goes through and looks at every single dental plan for every patient and puts in the charges so that you can estimate what their portion is. So a patient can come in and pay for their balance the date of service. Kind of the best Cadillac gold standard way to deal with dental collections and billing, because everything is paid for up front and you don't have to deal with going back to the patient to get your money that you're due, besides the insurance that comes in. Number two is a hybrid, where maybe an office will not completely estimate the insurance and patient portion, but they'll make the patient pay a portion down. And that just reduces your accounts receivable, which basically means the amount of money you have out to the patient due that you need to collect. And that's better. It reduces your amount, AR, your amounts receivable, and allows the patient, usually a date of service, to put something down for their procedure. And number three is the old-fashioned drill and bill, which a lot of offices that are older do because they have such a long established history with their patients. It's the way it always had been done. You go, you get a dental procedure, you get a bill, maybe after insurance comes back, a month, sometimes if insurance isn't handled well, 2 months later. And you're just hoping that the patient will eventually pay their bill, and every month, you get a big box of statements and letters and you mail them out. And what that causes is a big ballooning accounts receivable if it's not handled well. If you're a growth practice where you have a ton of new patients coming in, you don't have a long time history with those patients. You don't know if they're going to pay their bills. So really important, dental collections is really important to your business, because it has to do with the patient relationship. And as hard as you work to do great patient, to develop and deliver great patient care, and say deliver a great restoration and provide a great patient experience, one of the biggest things, the biggest dangers that can destroy that relationship is bad billing practices. So for new dentists, when you get out, we don't really realize how important this is, because we're just focused on clinical dentistry and basically building our practice and our brand well, but billing and collections is a huge part of that. You need to be mistake-free. You need to have a clear and efficient system for billing. And I would recommend starting out with collecting some portion of what's due the date of service. There's a great book by Fred Joyal called Marketing is Everything. And in that book, he explains that even the way you bill and collect has to do with your marketing. It's how you're perceived by the patient. And one of the things you can say is, hey, we need to collect part of what's due the date of service, because it allows us to provide great quality care to our patients and keep our costs fair. And I think if you say that and you establish that history, a lot of dentists are scared to jump in and start collecting the date of service. But honestly, once the patients get used to it, it's not going to be a problem. But it's a great way to control your accounts receivable, your collections, your billing, and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Because one thing patients hate is mistakes in billing and getting a bill that is wrong. So, and they hate owing you money. Honestly, you destroy that relationship when a patient owes you a ton of money and you have to keep coming back and reminding them every month. Not a good way to go. It's going to destroy that relationship. So efficient billing, collections, collect the date of service, or if you have the staff in the office that is the size to do it, you can have someone dedicated to estimating the patient portion. So basically, when patients come in, you estimate and put in your fee schedule so you know exactly what's going to be due even before you send it to insurance. Sometimes minor adjustments are made after insurance comes back, but if you have the staff to do that, that's a great way to create an efficient and high rate collection process. So that's a little more expensive for a smaller office, because you have to have someone completely dedicated to that. So the hybrid for a smaller office starting out might be the best way to go, collecting a portion or just a percent down of what you'd estimate. Best guess, maybe 25% of the total bill. And then if there's an adjustment made, you can send a bill out for the remaining balance. But then at least you're not asking for $500, you're maybe asking for $50 or $100 when their bill is due. So hopefully that helps, guys. that is a just top view overview of patient billing and collections and how it's done in private practice. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, get out there and keep watching our videos and training blog posts. So thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.